swirling blue of Lyonesse was an oppressive beauty, a constant reminder of everything we'd lost, but also a silent promise, a shortcut to the Confederacy's revival if we were brave enough to take it. "Hold steady, Sarge," I muttered, adjusting the restraints on my suit as the Dixie II punched through the planet's thick atmosphere. Lyonesse's gravity was a beast, dragging at us, making every movement feel thick and heavy. My boot stepped on the landing platform, and the silence that hit me was almost worse than the thrummings of the ship's engines and the vacuum of space. Every breath felt labored, every movement a monumental effort. It was as if the planet itself was holding its breath, waiting. "Commander," said Dr. Avery, her voice crackling over the comm. "Initial sensors indicate massive lithium deposits in the central basin, enough to power the entire Southland for at least a decade." Hope flared, hot and fleeting, then was swallowed by the weariness that had become my constant companion. If only it were that simple. The days that followed were a blur of activity. We set up a temporary base camp, a defiant island of progress in that vast, silent expanse. The extraction team was on a manic mission, fueled by the Confederacy's desperate need for its precious lifeblood. Sergeant Jackson, a grizzled veteran with eyes that had seen too much, watched over us with a quiet stillness. He was a good man, Sergeant Jackson, and he knew the true cost of these victories. Then, one day, just beyond the designated extraction zone, Jackson found it. "Commander, you gotta see this," he called over the comms, his voice strained with disbelief. We converged on the site, his words echoing in my mind. An abandoned city, half buried beneath the unforgiving surface, the stone smoothed by eons of wind and erosion. It was eerily silent, devoid of any life, a monument to a civilization consumed by its own hunger. The weight settled in my gut. "This is it, sir," Jackson said, his voice barely a whisper, the remnants of what came before. He led me to a sealed chamber, its metallic surface cold and smooth. The air inside was thick with dust and an unsettling stillness. A hulking, twisting structure, pulsed with faint, eerie light, a monument of alien technology, intricately carved with symbols that spoke of power and decay. Avery, her eyes wide with wonder and fear, stammered, "This thing, it's a nexus, a core. It resonated with lithium, amplified it. And look," she pointed to the symbols, This speaks of a civilization that exploited the planet's heart, drained it dry, destroyed itself." The truth struck me with the force of a physical blow. The silence of this forsaken place, the weight of the dead city, the chilling coldness of the Nexus, it all spelled out a warning. Lithium was not a gift. It was a poison. The Dixie II, a beacon of hope against the desolate backdrop of a shattered world, hung like a predator above Lyonesse. We had come for life, but we were risking becoming the very thing that had doomed the race before us. We gathered the data, sealed the chamber, and left Lyonesse behind. As the Dixie II ascended, I watched the blue planet recede into the vast expanse of space, carrying with it the echoes of a civilization's demise. The Confederacy needed lithium, yes, but not at this cost. We had been blind, our desperation driving us toward a precipice. But maybe, just maybe, we weren't doomed to repeat the past. "Lieutenant Jackson," I said, my voice tight with the weight of my decision, "prepare to change course. We are leaving Lyonesse." His eyes widened with surprise. "But sir, the reports—" "The reports were wrong," I interrupted. "We've learned a hard lesson, Jackson. Sometimes, admitting a mistake is the only victory worth having.